and welcome to Creating a Legend. I am the FM Novice. Join me for the start of season number 10. Away to Karparty is our opening league game of the season. We have already started the Champions League campaign, but today is all about the league. So the Champions League campaign has started. We are already through to the Champions Cup best place qualifying round 3, leg 1 and leg 2 where we play Basel, but we disposed of Panathinaikos in the previous round. A comfortable 3-0 victory at home. Kogot, Crush and Fafana with the goals before a 0-0 draw away at Panathinaikos to see us through. That was a very dull and uninspiring game of football, but we've done the hard work in the first leg. But as it's the start of a season, we can start talking about some transfers, and there's been quite a few, and they follow a fairly predictable pattern if you've been watching this series for a fair amount of time. So let's play a novice bingo. Carl Brown is the first guy to come in, 18-year-old from America. He is young, so that's a tick in the bingo box. He has great potential, currently 5-star potential. Another tick for me there. Determination of 19 is really good. Passing of 16 as well from a technical point of view. Sure, there is work to be done there, but this guy has what it takes, I think. He has gone out on loan to Desna for the season as well. Valery Yura is a Ukrainian striker. I needed to bring in some Ukrainian players just to give us a bit more depth because we can only field 7 foreigners. So this guy is one I've been able to bring in on a free transfer from Mariupol. Will probably be 3rd or 4th choice, but finishing of 16, good first touch as well, good teamwork, good technique, good work rate. So this guy, he's alright. I think he'd be a nice little player to bring off the bench as and when required. Vitaly Dashuk is a Belarusian midfielder. So let's just look at the bingo scores for this one. Potential 4.5 stars, so tick, young, tick, and relatively cheap, tick. He costs £95,000. Comes in from Bait, same club as Dimitri Krush did a few seasons ago. I think this guy will be a very good acquisition over time. I love an Ivorian, and Constant Kone is the next one to arrive. This guy is a striker, and rather unusual for me, he doesn't come from the same club that Yao, Dembele and Fafana have come from. This guy's come from Sewe FC for £250,000. He has already gone out on loan to Zoya. He's a striker. He will be a good option in a couple of seasons' time. And a little bit of a gamble. Daniel Taiwo is a Nigerian 21-year-old right winger. So potentially 3rd choice right winger. Could probably do without him if I'm perfectly honest, but he's got some good attributes. Both mental and physicals are good. Technicals aren't bad either. He'll give good competition for Chernik and Crush. The only downside for him is that he is a foreign player, so that might mean his chances are a little bit more limited, but it gives us another decent, youngish, cheap option to bring in. And I have brought in some Ukrainians. Bogdan Z is his edited nickname. His real name is Bogdan Zavgorodniny, which I've got no hope of being able to say, so he's going to be Bogdan Z for the future. A natural defensive midfielder, but can already play quite well in the central midfield position, so he's learning those roles, and can also play as a centre half as well. Only 19 years old. This guy is going to be a good, solid backup option for me for the next couple of seasons. Then potentially becomes a first team regular over time. But he's Ukrainian, he's local, and he'll help us out in that midfield. Roman Kovalets is 16 years old, so you probably won't see much of him for the next few seasons. Comes in from Dnipro Football Academy, a left winger. I hope this guy in the future might be the next Denis Yanikov to fill in as an option off the bench if required. He's got a long way to go. Technicals are poor at the moment. Mentals are pretty rubbish as well, but he's got 16 determination. So that's a good solid base to build from. Potential 3.5 to 4-star potential as well. He's got a lot of work to do, but he's only 16 years old, so check back on him in about 4 years' time. And I have spent a little bit big as well. Pablo Raimundo comes in for £5 million. Centre back from Uruguay. Good, strong, solid option. Really good technicals, good mentals, really good physicals as well. This guy is going to be 1st choice. This is my Svatok replacement, which is a bit of a gamble because Alexander Svatok has been a legend for us over the last 6 or 7 seasons he's been with the club. But this guy is his replacement, and he's already a better player than him. whilst we've been able to bring in quite a few players, getting rid of players is a bit of a pain since the 17.3 update went through, so the winter update. So this player, Denis Savanovic, is valued at £1.7 million. We offered him out, and we're getting £70,000 as a bid coming in, and it's non-negotiable. And that's happening for a lot of my players at the moment. You'll see I've been able to get a couple of players out the door just through sheer determination and just keep on rejecting, keep on trying to force the player out the door. But this does feel like something isn't quite right with the game when a player valued at 1.7 million is only receiving bids of £70,000, and that is very consistent through the game at the moment. So as I have alluded to before, we have had a little bit of success moving a couple of players on. Artur Mkhitaryan has moved on. He played a few games for us. He played 44 times over 2 seasons, mainly from the bench as a backup option. Fundamentally, he's not a bad little player. 23 years old still, can play anywhere in the centre midfield, can play defensive midfield if required, or even figure up front or in defence, centre half if required. The downside of him, he's Armenian, so he's a foreign player for me. So I've got to make sure I can give opportunities to Ukrainian players, so I had to get someone off the wage bill, and Mkhitaryan was the only one that I wanted to sacrifice in that way. So he's gone to Brazil. He came from Brazil, and he's gone for £850,000 plus a little bit extra overtime. Also sold is Jason Alvarado. Incredibly frustrating. He was valued at £8.75 million. However, I never got anywhere near that as a bid. I thought I may have to let him go for a very, very small amount before the Chinese clubs got involved, and we got £1.5 million for him, which is a bit of a steal. I'm disappointed I can only get a certain amount for him. He did alright for me over the time. 29 goals in 64 games. Most of those goals were in that first season. He was a bit of a squad player in the second season. We brought in Rollin, we brought in Diaz, and I only played one up front, and they're my 2 options that are ahead of him in the pecking order. 5 players have been released. Alexei Gutsalek, left-sided winger or potential striker, has been released after 49 appearances, 14 goals for him. Pavlo Koryenki played 63 times, scored a couple of goals from the central midfield. Ruslan Mikhailovic was in my second batch of youth intake. Played 20 times over his long association with the club. Never really becoming a regular. He has moved on to hopefully get regular first team football. As has Valery Balan. A little bit of disappointment. He played 20 times but only scored 2 goals, which is fairly disappointing for a striker. So he has been released. Vitaly Olinek and Denis Novikov were both players who came from the youth system, briefly featured. Novikov played once. Vitaly Olinek played 11 times, scoring 1 goal. Team for the season opener is Sarniowski is the goalkeeper. Left back is Grebnev. Right back is Stepezi with Pablo Romano and Bogdan Kovachenko, my 2 central defenders. Igor Kogot is in the central midfield with Ekrem and Starkov, with Dmitry Krush from the right hand side, Hamid Fofana from the left hand side, and Fabian Diaz is my striker. Revenge is very much on the cards here. They absolutely destroyed us twice last season, 5-1 and 4-1. They are managed by Ivan Len, who is a former assistant manager of the club. So it is very much a case of let's make sure we beat them and destroy them, which is why we're showing this game and we didn't show the Panathinaikos European Cup guys, because I was fairly confident we would win that game. And nothing much has happened in the first 25 minutes, not even a highlight, as we start the first highlight now with Rachenko in the left back position, knocks the ball down the line, it's flicked on. But Raimundo will pick the ball up, plays it inside to his centre-back partner, Kovachenko. He finds Dmitry Krush. Krush to Kogot in space. He's tackled, and they can clear the ball away, but we win it back again. Ekrem now. Kogot to have another try. Long ball over the top to Fofana. Ball in the box to Diaz, and Diaz is there from 2 yards out, but it is offside. Pidvica with a free kick from the offside. Knocks it long. Kovachenko doesn't deal with it well. Baliank to Smyrny. He knocks it over the top. Balinek is in. He crosses it across. Likenko shoot, and it's headed home. So we have a goal disallowed from the free kick. They go up the other end and make it 1-0. Karparty have taken the lead. Smyrny, who was once a target for us, long ball over the top. Balinek played into the back post, and Lysenko headed home. A good start for us here. a extremely disappointing first half. Karparty have won a 1-0 lead over Gelios at the moment. Very few chances in the game. We did have the ball in the net, but it was disallowed through offside. They went up to the other end and immediately scored. 2 changes at half time. Kogot and Kovchenko both come off. Fatok and McKenzie have come on. Diaz is having a shocking game. 6.2 at the moment. So Rollin is going to come on for him in a few moments' time. We're going to make that change now. And we're also going to change from counter to attacking. It's not been a very good game. Starkov has picked up a knock, but he should hopefully get through the game. Just over 20 minutes to go. This has not been a very good game at all. Karparty have this knack of just being able to beat us. Unfortunately, this is a stage where we've made our change and I don't really know what to do. Raimundo, it's effective. Raimundo, yes, a fantastic shot by Pablo Raimundo. The first free kick was disappointing. It hit the wall, but that was an incredible shot. I didn't expect that from a centre half. Blimey. Quarter of an hour to go. 1-1. We are staying on attacking because a point is not good enough for us. Fofana for a corner. Whips it in. Headed down. And it's not forced over the line. Pidvika managed to keep it out. We have been a lot stronger in the last few minutes. We're going to see if we can demand more from the boys in the last few minutes of the game. Pablo, intercepted by Raimundo, knocks it long, but it's given away. Is there going to be a sting in this tail in the last few minutes? Balinak intercepted. Fofana, long ball down the line. Rollin now. What can he do? He scores! I thought he was going to screw that up then, but Rollin ran down the line for the through ball. He got as close to the keeper as he possibly could, and he nutmegged him. I was honestly thinking that was going to be put it wide or hit the post, but he managed to find the back of the net. And immediately we are going to go to counter. Can we get something out of this? We've been absolutely poor for the first few minutes. Raimundo knocks it in. Long, headed down, off the bar, and it's cleared away. Grevnev with a throw-in. He's into Fofana, but it's intercepted. Can they break? We intercepted ball. Ekman, good header. McKenzie, rolling now. To Crush. Starkov. It's back to the goalkeeper. 10 seconds of normal time to go. Balinek. Long ball down the line, but we'll win it back for Raimundo. Raimundo scored the decisive goal. And apparently we bossed that from start to finish, even though we massively lost the battle for possession. But we won the game. Pablo Raimundo and Gaston Kevin Rollin with the goals, all in the last 15 minutes of the game. We got away with that a little bit, I feel. But we've got the win, which is fantastic news. We are off and running in season number 10. I've been the FM Novice. You've been my audience. We'll talk again soon. Have a good evening.